Hey family, guess what? The Content Creators University is a show that airs every single week, but I want to connect with you. I want you to go ahead and download my mobile application. If you have an iPhone, go ahead and download my app called JP Hightek TV right now onto your phone. If you have a TV, a smart TV, my app is also available on your Roku TV, right? Go ahead and download JP Hightek TV on your Roku TV or your Amazon Fire TV right now, and let's connect together, right? I want you to grow with me. I want us to grow together. If you love podcasts, I'm also happy to tell you that the Content Creators University is available syndicated across every podcast platform. Apple Podcasts, Audible, Google Podcasts, you name it, we are there. Spotify and all of that. Go ahead and download it, listen to it, and do me a favor. If you appreciate what we're doing, go ahead and put it in the comment section. Leave me a review on any of those podcast platform or mobile application platform. Let me know if any of the hard work that we're putting into this community, this broadcast, this podcast is helping you. If you appreciate all the amazing guests that we're bringing onto the platform to share their expertise with you. This is a lot of work, family, and I'm doing all this in order for you to be able to grow your business the right way, leveraging content creation. Thanks so much, and if you appreciate what we do, go ahead as well subscribe to the YouTube channel JP Hightek Reviews. Follow me personally if you want to connect with me on all social media, and the handle is @JP Hightek. I love connecting. Like I always say, network is the new currency. So I want to see you online, I want to connect with you, and I want to hear from you. Let's grow together. Be safe, like I always say. See you next time. Shalom. Peace. Hey, family. What is good? What's going on? And welcome to the Content Creators University. Hey, I'm so excited that you guys are here. You guys are here with us today. I mean, it's been a journey. And so I'm honored that we are here together, this evening to dive into today's conversation. So welcome again. So honored that you guys are here. This is a TV broadcast talk show that we broadcast every single week. And I know, family, the month of January 2024, I was not here. We didn't go live. Your boy was very, very busy, and I was also under the weather. So apologies, family. Apologies that we didn't go live. However, we are back, and we have amazing lineup for you. Amazing conversations. This live event is all about us growing as, small business owners, speakers, entrepreneurs, leaders, and creators is what this is all about. Our motto here is create, impact, and innovate. And we always say the day you stop learning, you stop growing. So this is the place if you want to keep learning, keep growing, keep elevating your craft, and that is the things that we do. And we talk about technology, and we talk about a lot of amazing things here. So I want to, thank you guys for being here. Of course, I want to give a nice welcome to my friend James McGeegan. What's going on, James? I appreciate you being here. It looks like James is joining us here on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Hey, family, we are broadcasting right now on a lot of different platforms. So let us know in the comment section, where are you joining us from? And talking about, different platform. I just want to go ahead and give a shout out. Shout out to you guys that are joining us on Amazon Live. Yes, this live stream is airing on Amazon Live, right? And so just to let you guys know on Amazon, yes, I see the comments. This is a truly live event. It's not pre-recorded. So if you ask any question in the comment section, we'll be more than happy to read that and answer your questions. Of course, if you see any camera, any microphone, any computer or teleprompter, you name it, any gear that you like, well, all you have to do is go ahead and click on the carousel down there and go ahead and check it out. Of course, that's what we do. We empower, creators to level up their production. And for the folks that are like, yo, JP, I'm new. I'm new and I want to know how you can help me. Well, let me let you know, I'm a global branding and media expert. We work with organizations, individuals, and small business owners, build a premium brand leveraging video and content creation, right? the technology of today, right? How can you leverage that in order to build sustainable income and build a successful company? Well, that's what we do by helping you build that premium brand. And talking about branding, we have another brand strategist with us today. More about our special guest in just a little bit. One thing that we do here, if you did not know, we always share the news. This show is both sponsored and listener supported. So we share the news, right, first, and right after the news, then we bring our guest onto the stage, right? So that's what we're about to do right now. We'll give a shout out to our sponsors, talk about them, and give you guys the news. What's new? We have some news for you guys that you need to know about, and then we bring our guests onto the stage. So do not go anywhere. Stay with us. It's about to be good. Let's go, family.
This is Todd.
Hi.
This is Todd's mom.
Hi.
In a moment, Todd's mom will read her son's internet browsing history.
What?
Aloud, please.
No.
Supermodels on trampolines.com. Why don't girls like me? How to overcome an overbearing mother.
Okay, cut.
If you wouldn't want mom looking through your web history, why would you let hackers, ad companies, or your internet and cellular provider do the same thing?
Why does my junk burn?
They can track and record everything you do online, but not if you have ExpressVPN.
Why did you buy a $200 ninja outfit?
For fighting.
ExpressVPN apps keep your activity and identity private while you browse, stream, email, or download. Protect all of your devices with just one click.
Are my hands small?
Okay, I'm done. You guys are all terrible people.
ExpressVPN. Take back your privacy today.
Ooh.
All right, family, let's go ahead and jump into the news real quick. The very first news I want to share with you guys is amazing. I'm excited about is we are going public with the, with the TV broadcast, with this podcast, family. This is the very first time we're doing that, but we're opening it up to the public. If you are a speaker, if you're an expert in your field, if you are an experienced speaker, right? If you know the draw plate that you operate in, well, we want to hear from you. Go ahead and visit the website contentcreatorsuniversity.com/speakers. I repeat, contentcreatorsuniversity.com/speakers. Go there today and apply to become, to be considered to be one of the VIP speakers on this TV broadcast. All right. We will love to have you here with us because we want to connect with you. And this is the first time we're doing this. So let's see how this goes. I know I've shared it. If you follow me on social media, I've shared that. And we already got several people joining in and tapping in. Now, here's the thing, family. The fact that you apply does not guarantee that you will be accepted here. Again, you must have certain things in place and the conditions are listed on the website. Again, the website is contentcreatorsuniversity.com/speakers. All right, family. So let's go ahead and continue with the news here, talking about speakers. For those of you that are like, yo, JP, we want to work with you. We want to invite you to come and speak at our event, our conference, whether it's virtual or in person. Well, all you have to do is go to the website, jphightek.com/speaking. And talking about that, I was very, very honored to be last week at, the private event that we had. And that was, at Capshovians Live, right? And that was a very nice event that we had. And I'm, if you're watching the podcast right now, you'll see that I'm sharing that with you guys. And we were in person in Orlando, Florida. And we talked about a lot of things that will allow creators to level up. And honestly, I want to give a shout out to Capshow for putting this event together. It was phenomenal. It was fun. And I enjoyed, sharing my expertise with the people in the room. And after that, we also went to Podfest, which was phenomenal. I also met in person with several amazing creators. And as we already know, creators, anybody that's putting anything that was not existent prior to that into the world, right? So if you use social media, if you create posts on social media, TikTok, you name it, if you use any type of technology today, whether you're an author, a content creator, like a YouTuber, traditional graphic designer, web designer, you name it, right? Or a leader in your field, right? Work, you are a creator. Because you're creating something that wasn't there before and you're making that available. And so this was amazing. I really enjoyed it. And again, all you have to do is connect with me. Go to my website, jphightek.com/speaking. And I'm loving the comment that are coming in, of course. #Capshow. Shout out to Capshow. They did a fantastic first event. And really, we took a lot. We've learned a lot from there. So I appreciate you guys coming in. I'm looking at you guys right there in the comment section. Hey, my man, James, thanks for being here. We really appreciate you. Yes, exactly what you said, right? Cap Show did a great job. Shout out to you, my friend James. And also 24-hour boss. What's good? Say JP Hightek. What's going on? Just saying hello. I have to catch this one later, but keep up the great work, bro. Watching from Texas. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for watching from Texas. And thanks for stopping by. We highly appreciate you guys for coming in. All right. And now let's go ahead and continue here. Another thing that I want to share with you guys, family. This is major. In case you did not know, we have our book that's available. All right. You can go ahead and purchase this book, The Live Stream Blueprint. Get it today. Right. This book, a #1 Amazon bestseller. I'm honored to say that. And I want to thank all of the family members, friends, and supporters, followers, right, that went ahead and got this before it was even released. Go ahead and get it today. If you're all about growing your brand, leveraging video and live stream, or you want to know everything about the secret behind leveraging technology and video to, skyrocket your business, go ahead and check it out. Again, the name of the book is The Live Stream Blueprint, right? Just go to the website, thelivestreamblueprint.com today, and you will get it. Family, we want to give a shout out to our sponsor, which is ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN has been with us since day one, season 1, and we want to give a shout out to them. If you're not using them, you want to go and check them out. All right, go to the website, expressvpn.com/JP Hightek, JPHIGHTK. Just for the followers and members of the community of JP Hightek, you're getting a free, month if you sign up. Actually, they're giving you 3-month, family. So that's amazing on a 12-month subscription. A VPN, if you didn't know, is a virtual private network that you use in order to protect yourself, protect your digital assets and everything you have, in order for you not to risk to have your private information leaked to the web or exposed or literally deleted. And that's a big deal. So go ahead and check that out. You will not regret it, family. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the conversation that we have for you guys today. And who is our guest today? Before we talk about him, the very last sponsor that I really need to mention out here is Gyra Finance. All right, the website is gyrafinanceacademy.com. gyrafinanceacademy.com, and they really take care of you. If you understand the economy, things changing, right? So if you want to really master your money and have your money pay you, work for you the smart way, go ahead and check out our friends at Gyra Finance Academy. They are not playing. Amazing things like personally invest. They handle my personal investment as well. So shout out to you guys at Gyra Finance. We really appreciate you. Now, let's go ahead and dive into today's conversation. Our guest today. Right? Our guest's name is Elton Benjamin. Now, question, who is Elton Benjamin? Well, allow me to read a little bit from his bio here. Meet Elton J. Benjamin Sr., aka Elton the Eye. Love that. With 20 plus years of creative expertise in graphic design, brand strategy, marketing, and visual storytelling, including animation, Elton is a trailblazer. Right. And Elton and I, we've been connected for quite a while now, a couple of years now. And his global impact spanned diverse clients from small businesses to top tier $1 million companies, while showcasing his commitment to uplifting brands. Actively involved in community, he empowers young minds, emphasizing characters' role in career and talent development. And one thing that I appreciate about Elton is he's a strong advocate for creatives, right? Which is why he's here with us today. He spearheads the Creativeverse, which we'll talk about, conference, where he gathers industry professionals to, give insight on brand execution and design awareness. So, family, we're about to bring our guests onto the stage. Get ready. Grab your popcorn, grab your notebook, because today's conversation is about to be amazing. If you're all about next level, this is the best time to talk about it at the beginning of the year. So get ready right after this intro is going down. Let's go. All right, my man Elton, what's going on? Welcome to the Content Creators University, brother. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on your show. It is a delight and it is my pleasure to be up here, man. So I'm excited.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to go. I'm fired up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. The honor is all ours. You're doing amazing stuff, amazing things. And, we really want to showcase you today and show the world the awesome things you're doing. And talking about that, shout out to the folks. As we know, February started Black History Month for everyone that's celebrating that. And we have another Black leader here with us today. And we're about to dive into something that I believe a lot of us care about, right? A lot of creators, when I say us, right? A lot of creators care about. And so we're talking today about this, right? The current state of the current state of the Creativeverse. That's what we're talking about. And so I really want to go ahead and bring you here so that we can dive into the conversation. All right. Before we dive into the nitty and gritty, we have some fun things to ask you. But I know I read your bio. The first thing I want to ask you is, can you take a minute, introduce yourself, say what's not in the bio? What did not mention? What makes you so awesome, right? That I'm so excited about. Let the folks know, share a little bit about your expertise.
Okay, well, no problem. My name is Elton Benjamin again, Elton Benjamin Sr. I am a recovering graphic designer. When I say that, I mean I was, but and I started to lean more towards business, and I started to see that a lot of our creative people didn't have a lot of business acumen. So, my driving force. And so I like to help creatives, and I also like to help business. So I help creatives build businesses, and I help business leaders build brands. And so that's my driving force. That's what I'm doing to make sure that doesn't become the old term, a starving artist. But at the same time, make sure that a business understands if you're out of sight and you're, I'm just at a point in my career where that's what I'm doing, trying to help, trying to teach, and just trying to make people better as I get better by learning from other people myself.
I love that, man. That's pretty awesome. Thanks so much for sharing that, taking the time to share that. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? How can we make sure that we're not starving? Right. With all the things that are coming out now, we have AI. Has AI ruined it for everyone, right? Oh boy, we're about to dive into the conversation today, and I know a lot of creators are like, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, let me ask you this, Elton. If you were a superhero, personally, who will that be and why?
Man, that's hilarious. It's a hilarious question. I asked my daughter one time, and I said, if I was a superhero, what superhero would I be? And we love Marvel, right? And so I'm thinking she's gonna say something like Iron Man or something, Professor X or something like that. She said you would be what's Samuel Jackson's name in there? What's his name in the Marvel universe? I forget his name. Yeah. She said you would be Samuel Jackson. I was like, why would you say that? I wanted to be Iron Man. Why would you be Iron Man? The super smart guy. And she was like, no, she was like, you bring a lot of people together, like his character, like Samuel Jackson character does. And so it was she was pretty much calling me kind of like an art creative director, where I know multiple disciplines, and I may not know them as much as the new person or that, but I know just enough to know how the project needs to look, how the project needs to come out, how it needs to speak to the people, how it needs to speak to your audience. So that's one of the, I can't believe his name escapes me right now.
No, it's Nick Fury. Nick Fury.
Yeah, Nick
yes.
Fury. Nick Fury
is his name. And thanks for First Lady Cree for sharing that. Nick Fury is his name. Oh, wow.
That's
pretty cool.
And as she said that, I began to look at this stuff and pick it apart and be like, you know what? You're right. So.
That's nice. That's nice. And honestly, this is the first time that any of our guests mentioned Nick Fury, right? Believe it or not, right? They're usually mentioning all the other most popular, quote unquote, right? Superheroes, right. The one that are really in front of the cameras and fighting. And Nick Fury, man, I love Nick Fury, especially with his one eye. He sees everything, like he always says, right? Right. My family now, we also love superheroes as well. So that's nice. All right. So now, if you had a chance, right? Now, a little more serious question here. If you had a chance to give one major piece of advice to Elton when he was 20 years old, so yourself when you were 20 years old, if you could face and meet your 20-year-old self today, what will you tell him and why?
Listen to the first voice. When you get ready to do something and you get ready to take on something, you get ready to tackle a goal or tackle something before, your first voice is going to say, do it. Your second voice is going to say, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Right? So I would tell myself to listen to your first person, to your intuition, and always believe in yourself. No matter how much somebody says that you're cocky, you're arrogant, we need that stuff to fuel us when we're going forward, when we got big goals, because cocky and arrogant, those are the people that stroke your ego and all that stuff when you're up high. But when you get down low and business isn't going good and you got to regenerate and rejuvenate yourself, those same people aren't going to come and pat you on the back, and you can't go say, hey, can you give me some confidence? So always believe in, I would say always believe in yourself, because belief becomes before anything. And if you believe something hard enough, the means will come. If you're trying to do something, the money will come, the resources will come, and everything that you need will come to you. But you have to believe enough. If you don't have enough funding to do something, you have to believe that you can walk to the bank and ask for something. If you don't, you can go get sponsors and be able to articulate what you want to do over to a sponsor those resources may come. So I would tell, just believe, be able to believe in yourself and believe that you can believe in yourself.
What you said is so real at so many levels. And I hope, folks, that we're listening already to all the amazing things he's saying, right? He's so real. Yes, there's a stage where you will have the funding, where things will happen, but there's literally no accomplishment that was successful without the person first believing in the vision.
Right.
It's just amazing, right? The person first believing in the vision and then walking, right, trusting and receiving what the blessings that were attached to that vision. So it's just amazing that you're sharing that. I really, really love how you put it. And now, let's go ahead and dive into this today. El, as a creator yourself, right? What are personal highs and lows that you will say you have experienced in your journey recently that made you reflect on the current state of the creative space?
Kind of like what I just mentioned about, I would say my highs has been the last probably 3 to 5 years is the roller coaster of what's trending, what works for other people necessarily don't work for you.
Right.
And just kind of dealing with that balance of, do you have imposter syndrome? Do you belong in this level? When people invite you I've been invited into certain rooms where people have seen my value more than I have seen my value at times, right? And so that's why I've been invited into the room, but you're sitting in there like, are they just being nice? Are they just being nice? Just being diversified? But sooner or later, when I got into some of those rooms, I put stuff on the table and people start to articulate what they want to articulate. I saw that I was be in those rooms and have those conversations. And those kind of some of the lows, but some of the highs is in the same area of being like, okay, I'm here. I'm here. It's like I think Jay-Z last line the other night at the Grammys was like, do it so much so they know that you're the one. They know that you're on top. Do it so much so that I can't get it for verbatim, but he was like, do it so much that they know that you're that one at the pinnacle of what you do. And I'm not saying that I'm the only one, but in the last year or so, what I did with Creativeverse, I brought Chris Doe in front of people that will probably never been able to afford to get in the room with him singly, right? And so when he was there, he was like, I got to say this. He was like, Elton Benjamin is the first African American person that has put me in front of this many African Americans before, and no other African American hasn't ever put me in front of anybody.
Whew.
So at
That's
that
major.
point, you don't wait. You don't know when you create history. Other people realize when you create history, and when they realize it, you realize it, right?
Right.
And so at the same point, I'm like, he said I did that. I also turned around and said, well, wow, he ain't even did that, right? So,
right.
So that was when I have people left the conference and they just kept talking about how their life has changed and how the eyes are opened up so much more than just being an artist. And being a starving artist and like holding on to their art. One guy told me, he said, you helped me so much. This helped me so much that I started to dissolve, but you helped me evolve.
Whoo, man.
And when he said that, man, I'm telling you, it put so much, us doing an event like that is draining, but he put so much energy in me for that one. And that's kind of pushed me to keep helping people. Yeah.
And if you're listening to this or watching this podcast and you're wondering what is this Creativeverse is talking about, we're about to dive into that during this show today, where he'll give more information and things like that, because there is another opportunity for this year as well. I want to give a shout out to the folks that are joining us on Instagram. Hey, James Hicks, was good. Cornelius Kirk, what's happening? Thanks for joining us, family. Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it in. Now, Elton, I want you to check this out, right? That was in the news, which is pretty interesting, right? And look at that. It says that the Vancouver animation professor says artists, right, are fighting against rising threats of AI. And to dive even deeper, this is what she said. She said the threat of what artificial intelligence does is the idea that they can somehow be supplanted, that their work is somehow capable of being modified and co-modified beyond their control, that artists themselves may be threatened in terms of their livelihood. And to make matters worse, I'm not sure you're aware of this, but look right here. There's a new Netflix animated short film that's called The Dog and the Boy. And it says that this was, partially created by AI. And they say, why is this controversial, right? Because it says that people are feeling like they're losing their grip, they're losing their jobs, they're losing their opportunities. And now they feel like AI is ruining all the major opportunities for literally all top dog creators, because it's now becoming such a major integral part of the creative process for so many companies now. What are your impressions about this, and how do you feel about this type of situation?
Well, I look at it kind of two different ways. AI is like a two-edged sword right now. And we haven't fully developed in AI like a lot of people think we have. There's still a ways to go, yards and leaps and light years away to go. But I think on the creative space, it's just like when the internet, before the internet came, right? You had people using, in the design world, you had people using to put magazines and stuff together. You had them using PageMaker and Quark,
Mm-hmm.
all these other things. But then along came InDesign, right? And then they said, okay, well, a lot of people didn't want to gravitate to that. Well, InDesign was the future, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then people didn't want to jump. A lot of traditional layout people didn't want to jump to digital. But what we see today, digital wins. And I'll tell people that that's worried, the future always wins. The future always wins. I remember a time I had a BlackBerry, and I was like, man, there's no way I'm switching over to an iPhone. I just can't have that feel and touch of I have a BlackBerry, right?
Right, right.
And now I think about myself like I was crazy. I was such a dinosaur in a world waiting to go forward, waiting to bring me forward, right? And saying that to say this, AI is just a tool. And I heard that's people, a lot of people say that, and it's cliche-ish, but it's a tool. The person that's going to benefit from AI is the person that learns it and learns how to work it. It's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going anywhere. It's like the car industry. When you used to have assembly lines to put things in cars, put parts in cars, but
Mm-hmm.
now you have robots, animatronics to put stuff in cars. Well, who benefited off of that? The people that learned about the robotics to be able
Mm-hmm.
to control those machines to do that, because they don't have AI. I know a lot of artists have gone into depression because of AI, and has basically quit because of AI. But I would tell them to think about this. No AI can replace your brain. No AI can replace your creativity. Because you can go to Midjourney and say, give me a happy dog with a red suit on. Well, Midjourney can't tell you where to put that dog and how to move them and make them do this and make them do that, right? So that's in your brain to type those prompts in to create those things. So you may be taking 4 or 5 different pieces of AI and making them something, but you're still being creative. You're still being creative, and I don't care what job you have, what creative job you have. If you depend on AI too much, it'll stunt your creativity, because you'll be so dependent on it, and you have to go to it like you're cranking up a car. And if you can't find the right AI, then you can't crank the car and you can't move, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep,
so
yep.
the thing about it is, don't let the AI consume you so much that you forget that you got something that AI can't can't control, or it can't beat your creativity. No AI can beat your creativity. No AI is waking up at 3 o'clock in the work it. It's got to be motion and movement first. So, and I'll say use AI for your for help. There's a person I was I brought on, and I was going to use them for admin, and then Chat GPT came out the same week, and then I didn't have to. I put my factuals in there, but they did the rest, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so I would tell people, don't look at it as a threat. Look at it as a tool that can help me. That can help to complete what you're doing, because a lot of times we just get defeated before we even get started.
And that's it
And
right
that,
there, right? That's it
yeah,
right there, right? Like, and to be defeated before you get started is a mindset, right? Is a certain
right,
mindset approach to whatever we're seeing happening. And you said it all, right? You said it right there. You cannot. AI cannot take your creativity away from you, right? You still own your creativity. You own it. Now, here's the thing. A lot of folks forget that you still need a human, right, to input the prompts.
correct.
So you still need a person to tell it what to do. Just like, the computer. You still need a person to tell the computer, this is what I want you to do for me. So let's
We couldn't
not
say go
automatically.
live.
Right. Come on.
Right.
Come on. That's the part that we're forgetting. You know, the human aspect.
We've had AI long before now. It's just human interaction now. But I mean commands, but down to the hand clap, the old lights clap, it comes on, right? But even at that, even if we got Siri in our house, all that stuff, take it even deeper to the source. AI can't control a fuse box, a signal box, none of that stuff. So dig, just like when we got into the internet and you found and went deeper things and nobody didn't really know how to build websites, and now you can build websites just hey, you got to take AI on the same exact way. Get in, learn it, confront it, and just find, because it's not going anywhere. You're going to get left behind if you think you're going to fight the future.
And also, it's just a simple thing of asking yourself, all right, everyone, the whole world, right, is incorporating some aspect of artificial intelligence. How can you, as a small business owner, also embrace that and incorporate that into your process? Because the truth of the matter is, in my company, we've incorporated that. Certain things that used to take us 2 hours is now taking us 30 minutes with the help of the technology. Come on.
Right. And with that, you should be able to get more stuff done, have more time to go out and get more clients. And that doesn't mean that you have to change your price.
No.
Because when you were paying 2 or 4 people to do a job now, that you can get done, and you can get one person to do it, you save on paying people, but you still getting the same amount that you charge for. Because they don't differentiate the time that you don't try to get paid for $1 for time. You get paid for the value. So you still
Hold up. I'm glad you're saying that. That was one of the things that people learn from Chris Do at our Creativeverse, and people that operate at our level understand that you cannot charge for your time. You can't say it's going to take me 2 hours, then that's why I'm charging this. That's a problem with that formula right there, because what if we start taking you 5 minutes, 30 minutes? Are you going to charge less? That's the problem.
But the problem is you figure out how long it would take you, even if you didn't have the experience that you have. How long would the way that I price is that if I had to do a job, and this is the way I think creative people to keep themselves from being frustrated. You charge whatever somebody else would charge, right? And you charge what you would charge. Therefore, if you can't complete the job, you can pay somebody else to do it. Right?
Did you hear that?
You can pay somebody,
I'm telling them, those that are watching and listening, I hope you heard that.
Right. So you charge what you would pay somebody else to do it. So therefore, if you don't feel like doing it, or you got to get somebody else to do it, it's still covered. If you got to get somebody else to do it, you still got a profit. But if you don't do it, you still got another profit. 2 times the profit, double the profit. And you have, this is one thing that I would say to designers, to help yourself and to help your clients out to have a better relationship. When you put your price in and you're charging for people, charge them for upfront for changes. Because if you charge them just bare minimum, they're going to have so many, and it is a science, and it's a relation to people that only want to pay pennies on the dollar for something that you're doing. Everything comes with that. Indecisiveness comes, multiple changes comes, and just all of that stuff. But somebody that's paying you for what you charge, they're gonna have a business mindset and have that stuff into consideration. But also, if you telling people, okay, well, this is how much it's gonna be, and if that price is enough on those changes, they're gonna think twice about wanting to make those changes, or they're gonna have together before move forward. So they make sure they're not accumulating all those charges. And people don't pay attention until they have to pay.
Say that again.
People don't pay attention until they have to pay. And when they have to pay, they pay attention. They make sure when they're going in that you have all the assets to build what you need to build, that you don't have to have any questions, or it doesn't take a long time. But start pricing y'all stuff to the changes, because what's going to happen is you're going to charge somebody $50 for a job that's supposed to cost $500. And that's just a stretch of the imagination. But at the same time, if you charge somebody $50 for something and you've been making changes for 3 or 4 days, well, you just lost all the money that you charged. You lost it. So pay yourself for those changes. You're going to get frustrated with all the changes they want to make, and then it's going to turn into a bad relationship. You're going to leave an aftertaste and that they want. But if you got enough, charge them enough, you like, hey, they paid this, so I'll make this change. And they know they got 2 rounds of changes, so let's be done with it and get it over with.
Mic drop, family. Yep, mic drop already, because I mean that is a lot of our community members, our creators and small business owners, and one of the things that based on my personal experience, hold a lot of creatives back in really maximizing and making a sustainable income from their amazing creativity is how to charge, right, for the services. Understanding the philosophy behind that, and understanding that, there's a whole science, and it's not just about what you feel you should charge, right? Have you done any market research? Have you seen what the competition is charging? And also, what level of expertise and experience do you have? That also has a value. Right? We can't, you cannot just discount that and say, well, I will charge just because you found 3 other people are charging $500 and they're beginners, and then you want to charge $500. No. You got to find your level of expertise, because that is what the client is also paying for. Because at the end of the day, your experience, your expertise is going to save them, because you are the expert. They don't know what they don't know.
Right. And there, another thing is, you can't charge $5,000 if you can't articulate why you can charge $5,000. Right? You have to learn how to speak business. Business people. They don't want to know nothing about art. They don't want to know how great you can make something, how flashy you can make something look. I tell people all the time, I can do flashy with my eyes closed, sleep. In a coma, I can do flashy all day long. But what's the science of what we're doing? When somebody see what we're doing, do they need to read that in the Z formation? Which way our brains are trained to read things? When they read it from Z, when it starts here, does it need to say something that's going to communicate with their heart? When it goes here, do they need to read something that's going to communicate with their mind? When it go down here, does that mean it's going to communicate with something that's going on in their family? So all those you have to connect when you're designing stuff, and it's just not throwing stuff flashy on a platform, on a canvas. Like you said, you have to do market research. You have to see what their competition is doing, what they're not doing. How much money did they make last year, and how much money do they want to make this year? Right? We got to ask. They might not want to give us those numbers, but you're asking me, you're putting your life in my hands. You put your livelihood in my hands. So why not share that information with me so I can help you make it better?
And let's go ahead and dive deep onto that. Right. Let's go ahead and go deeper there. Okay. Yeah, because here's the thing, right? And now I want us to, I don't want to be the only person saying it, because I say this a lot, and I have another branding and marketing strategist on the show today. As creators, a lot of creators believe, because of course, in order to get more client, you got to showcase your work. So a lot of creators believe that all they have to do is either just upload their work on Instagram or share it on Facebook, then wait for people to discover them. I say that doesn't work like that. Now, L, let them know. What do you think about that way of operating?
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I rarely, and I get beat down so bad. People like, you do 20, 30 pieces a week. Why don't you just share it? Let me tell you what's gonna keep you from somebody afloat through the pandemic fruitfully.
Mm-hmm.
You better learn how to build relationships. You better learn how to build your character, right? You better know how to be social media.
Mm.
People are still people. They are not just emails and Instagram and all of that. They're not just digital. People are people. People, I don't care. You can give somebody a deal of a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
But they will always remember how you made them feel. If you gave them, that's why you have to set your price, because technically there's no loyalty to a client and somebody's providing service. The only loyalty is the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So with you knowing that and then understanding that, you know everything that you do around the bottom line is going to matter the most. So you can't give people a messed up situation and you tell them this and tell them that and tell them this. They're going to be like, okay, yeah, it ain't cost me that much, but I can't go back to him no more. He gave me so much, gave me so much to deal with. People going to remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is more than anything, man, and that's why that's what I drive home to people. I know people right now that's top tier, can do anything you ask to them to do creatively, but it's not about that. It's not about that. It's how you treat people. It's about how you leave people when you finish. And just because you posting something up, it's everybody else is posting stuff up. When you look like everybody else, and guess what? You're just like everybody else. If there's nothing to make you, if there's nothing different to make you different, that you can make them different, then you're just the same. And posting nothing, all that means is that you put something up. You gotta have enough character where somebody else will go use it. We say the best thing is word of mouth, but you gotta have that stuff to create that word of mouth. And guess what? If it ain't good, it's still gonna be. Yeah, just posting stuff don't work, man. You gotta dig up off the trenches. You gotta get off the internet and sit and have a brainstorming conversation, a real conversation about you, because that's what makes sales. People buy you before anything. But you got, like you said, we got to develop us.
Mm-hmm.
We got to develop us, because we design something and we post it up. But what happens when you get somebody that like that and come back and say, okay, well, what was your color theory? What was your market research study on that made you design it like that? And all of us ain't gonna go through that all the time, but you need to be able to equip yourself to articulate in front of the people that has the dollars that you're trying to get. Because the people that you're worrying about on social media, those people don't have the real money. The people that have the real money is that you're able to call and pick up the phone and have a conversation with.
Listen, let me add to what Elton is saying for the folks in the back, right? This is so serious because it breaks my heart, and I know it breaks Elton's heart as well, to see amazing, and I'm talking top level creators, people that will run circle around us, around me, right, and all that, struggling with their art, trying to figure out how they can really make ends meet, and not really taking the time to master the business side, right, of being a creator. And this is what we're talking about here. Right? You say, oh, I have a podcast. Oh, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a videographer. I'm an author. You name it. You want to make money off of what you're creating. You got to be able to understand that it takes more than just creating the product, right? And creating the product and sharing the product is not a business strategy. Whenever I go around and I speak, this is one of the things that I say all the time. Posting on social media is not a business strategy. It's not. You're simply posting just like anybody else. So what's your strategy then? Well, that's what you got to figure out. If you don't know how to establish a strategy, meaning your post needs to have a purpose attached to it. Right? There's a reason why you posted that specific thing. What's the purpose behind what you posted? If the purpose is just to show how good you are, then you're going to get likes, comments, applause. You're not going to get paid.
Right.
And I'm going to leave it at that, right?
And if you have a strategy, what is your strategy? Are you spending any money that it goes further than somebody else just posting? Are you spending any money on any ads? What is it? I'm gonna tell you the best marketing ploy and thing out to pay attention to. Netflix. Pay attention to
Let's
Netflix.
go.
When somebody dies, somebody gets in a scandal, that night, Netflix posts all their movies up. Because they know that you've seen that person in news and now you want to go look at them and figure out, and they know that they're going to grab you just like that. You go somewhere right now and all the Rocky movies that Apollo Creed was in, it's posted up now. And it behooves us because we get so guilty sometimes and feeling like, okay, I'm not supposed, and this is the flip side of what we was just talking about, that people make you feel insecure and this and that about posting with a passion and strategy, but at the same time, don't be afraid to post, because that same person telling you not to post just spent $600 to $1,000 on a bag or some shoes or an outfit or something else that they saw where advertised somewhere.
Right.
Right. So, like I said a while ago, believe. If you believe in yourself, you're not going to have to motivate yourself to do those things, because you're going to start seeing what needs to be done to make that belief come true.
100%. Let's go ahead and take a quick ad break. When we come back, I want us to talk about the subject at hand for this year, which is a Creativeverse 2024. We want to dive into it, share so that you can share with us exactly what this is all about and how can people sign up and what's so different about it compared to all the other conferences out there, what's unique, and how can people actually grow from it, right? So we'll talk about that when we come back from this ad break. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere, family. We'll be right back.
How do you actually customize your look? One of the things that I have been striving for is to have a different look to my overall videos. And what you're seeing right now is kind of my current state, the current state of my look. What I wanted to have was a more cinematic perspective for my live streams and also for my videos. So what I did was I reached out to JP Hightek, and JP Hightek he pretty much tailored my look and feel to exactly what I wanted. Here's the example. This is me right now before JT's magic, and this is the magic of JP Hightek right now with my look. This is exactly the look that I wanted to have for my videos. So we had a session this morning, and it was pretty much a tailored session where we stripped all of my lights away. We stripped all of the background colors, everything. Positioned my lights. We focused in on my camera's white balance first and foremost. And then we actually looked into customizing my LUT. So once again, this is the before. This is the before of what my look looks like, or what it was. And then now here's a gradual transition of JP's LUT for my look. I can temper this look if I wanted to. If I wanted to have a little less, I can do that. If I wanted to have the full I guess power of the LUT, then I have it all the way up here as well. And it has the look that I have been going for, which is even though I do live streams and videos, I want to have it a little more cinematic, and he's actually been able to give this to me. So if you are looking to customize your look and feel for your brand, this for me is just the beginning of what we're trying to do. We customize the color of my look for my videos, and now we're going to be doing a couple other things to kind of bring my brand, you know, a little more alive as we continue to get down this journey with live streaming videos and content creation. You need to call JP Hightek and connect with him as soon as possible, so he can customize the look and feel that you want. Once again, this is the before and this is the after. Thank you so much, JP Hightek. I appreciate all of your support and being patient with me this morning and for providing me with the look and feel that I've always wanted. Thanks again.
All right, family, that was amazing break that we all needed. Opportunity for us to drink some water and recalibrate and come back here. We were just talking about on that. If you were watching or listening, that customer of ours was sharing his testimonials in regards to when we worked with him to create his custom LUT. A lot of folks always ask me, JP, what is that custom LUT thing? Well, if you know anything about cinematography, which is my original background, you know, there's literally no Marvel movie or no fancy video work edited that did not receive custom color editing work done, right? Color correction, that's what it is. So LUT stands for lookup table. And so it is heavily used in cinematography. So whenever we're coming to the world of live streaming or video events and all that, it is important that we have our LUT created for us. Now, of course, you can go out and purchase your own LUT, but here's the thing. You know, when a LUT is created, it takes a couple of things into factor, which is one, your skin tone, right? Is it indoor, outdoor? The lighting that you have, the primary colors, all that is put into factor when they created it. So you can get a third party, LUT, but maybe that was an outdoor LUT that you just applying. It wasn't for your skin. It wasn't for your setup. It wasn't for your colors, and it's not going to work the best for you. And a lot of folks always ask me, yo, JP, where can I get this? Well, you can get it by going to jphightek.com/custom LUT. jphightek.com/custom LUT. All right, JP Hightek, jphightek.com/custom LUT. That is where you want to go. And whenever you go there, you'll be able to go ahead and grab yourself this LUT, and it will be created just for you. All right. For your setup and for the production that you have. Now, I can go ahead and show you if you want to see this in action. I can go ahead and show you right now. So this is it. If you're watching this podcast, if you're not watching, you're listening to it, hop on YouTube, find me at JP Hightek to watch this part of this live stream. Watch my video right now. And I'm about to remove my LUT from this video so you can see what happens. And so this is my video this is it. I just took my LUT off of my video, right? Even though I have a professional camera, it's a professional camera, but the real colors is not popping. It's not like exactly you want it. You can tweak your camera a lot of lighting to get there, but you will end up having to spend money on certain lenses and keep going. So if you're like, yo, I don't have a whole lot of money to spend on expensive gear, well, this is a solution that you can use. So there we go. We're back. I just applied my LUT back and given me the right colors. Now, we've been here with our guest, family, and his name is Elton Benjamin, and we've been talking about the current state of the creative space, right? What are the things that are holding creators back, and how can we creators overcome that? And Elton also has a yearly conference. Last year, I believe, was his first edition. It's called Creativeverse, and I want to bring him here for us to talk about it because he has a heart to empower creatives, and he put this together to really help creatives. And last year was a success, and he's going to have Creativeverse 2024 as well. And I really want us to go ahead and dive into it and see the why behind it. Why did he put it together, and how can this be of an asset to us creators? So let me go ahead and bring our guest back onto the stage here so that we can go ahead and dive into the conversation real quick. All right. Hey, my man, Elton, thank you. Thank you for all the amazing gems you've been dropping on us, in regards to the current state of, the creative space, right? There's so much to talk about. We could go on for another 2 hours because there's a lot that needs to be changed in our mindset as creators in order for us to be successful, right? And so that goes straight into your conference. That first of all, I love the name, Creativeverse. Amazing name, man. Couldn't expect any less from a brand strategist. Come on, man. So shout out to my boy Elton for that amazing name, Creativeverse, man. Makes you want to immerse yourself into it, right? But now, talk to us about it. What exactly is Creativeverse, man? What's the purpose behind it? What makes it different from all the other ones? Share that with us.
Well, Creativeverse is a multiverse activity collab, right? So what we're conference professionals and leaders and of various industries. We discuss the latest innovations, the latest trends, what's going on with creativity and technology. And it's I looked at others and started to see what other people was doing. And I reached out and talked to a couple different people. And one of my friends asked me, she said, "What is the takeaway?" And that's one thing that I really wanted to hone in on. What is the takeaway? Because like I said, I studied a lot of conferences before I created this one. And my thing was that everybody gets fed so much information down from, if you're looking at YouTube or whatever you're doing, there's so much information, but nobody ever tells you or shows you really how to do it. It's just like somebody was saying, you should invest. You're like, okay, well, I never invested in my life. Invest in what? You just keep saying invest, don't teach anything about anything. So I wanted to get down to the bare bones of like the conversation we were just having. What does it take to get this, to get this, to get this? If you're saying, okay, the creative world isn't working for me, I'm not able to make enough money. Okay, well, let's see how you make more money. And usually the way for people to make more money is to get out of their own universe and get into the creative verse. Because the real creative verse, people are making money, right? They're making money to sustain things that we have a hard time take care of. You can't operate a business just off of operating it for gas money. You can run a business when you sit down and write down all of your expenses that you have for a month. And then you start to calculate the prices of the money that you need to make for that month. The money that you need to make for that month to clear yourself your living expenses, right? And the money you need to profit and invest. But if you don't have that motivation or that goal line, that measure line to say, okay, this is what I need to make, then you have no motivation or no plan to go get that, to make that. Right? So I want when people come to Creativeverse to learn these things. This year our theme is going to be scaling your business with sales and marketing empowered by AI. So like I said, we have a lot more AI that's coming our way, and we haven't begun to touch it. But we need to jump. Some of us seem like we think we're behind it, but we're right at the cusp of it, and we need to make us settlers work. We working for it, trying to keep up, trying to catch up with it. So those are the things that I really want people to take away from Creativeverse. Again, we're having it May 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. And what we're doing this year is our 8 o'clock. I mean our Friday night. We're gonna have a big citywide, conference-wide meet and greet. If people went last year, they know how spectacular it was. But we're gonna blow the roof off of the building. Right? Saturday. We're having a conference. It's gonna be from 9 to 3. From about 9 to 1 is all the conferences, and then we're breaking off at 1. And Chris Doe, the keynote speaker. He's gonna leave that room, the keynote speaker room. He's going in the boardroom, and he's gonna talk to about 15 or 20 people that wants to get more honed in, want a more intensive course. So we did that last year, and people are, man, we had so many business owners in there. We had government officials in there. We had doctors in there. We had lawyers in there. We had ministers in there.
Nice.
And everything it spoke to won't just one genre of event, one genre. And what we're adding this year, a brunch, and Chris seminar, 2-hour seminar with a few select people that's really want to go to the next level, right? So people like yourself and a couple other people would be in that brunch. So that's what we're doing, and we're having it at of this company. The name of the company is Red Hat, Red Hat Global. They operate in some of the biggest cloud spaces. They have different locations all over the world. Well, they saw what we done last year, and they couldn't be a part of it like they wanted to. So they said, "Hey, we done it at NC State last year," and they was like, "Hey, we saw a little bit of it, but we want you to come here and be in our building this year." And so that's what we're having in there, and it's like one of the top technology places here in the Triangle Park of North Carolina. So we're just this year it's going to be big, man. It's going to be awesome. It's for creatives. We're going to have some awesome for podcasters this year. You'll be able to rub shoulders with Chris Doe and a couple other more people that's coming. So it's just going to be big, man. It's people tickets going to sell Super Bowl weekend, but I got like droves and droves of people saying they're ready. Some from last year to understand the value, but even more from this year. A lot of people for this year that they know they cannot not be there this time. So
Right.
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, man. We're trying to make people better and get them to understand the business, because nobody cares about the creativity. They want to know the business of what you're doing. Because if this is my thing when I deal with clients, I do my best to help them make money, because when they make money, guess what they can do? Come back and spend it. If you can't make them none, hey, they don't have nothing to bring back to you. So,
Yo, that's so amazing,
that's
man. Amazing. Congratulations, first of all, for last year. Amazing work. And even already, the event hasn't taken place yet this year, but anticipation, top notch. Congratulations for what you're doing. And yeah, of course, Chris Dew, family, if you don't know him, you living under a rock. Come on. You should, right? You should. And
I have JP. I had people in there, and they kept saying, this is the thing that people kept saying. Well, this ain't really my area. this ain't really this. It's not really my, that I'm not creative, da da da. But when they sat down and listened to Chris, because business is across the board, man. You got fundamentals and you got things that can help you. And Chris, he told us one story, man, where he was like, you can go, people can go fishing. He had this deal with him and his dad went fishing in the mountains every winter or something like that. And he was saying that they went for 2 years straight. He said that everything, it was like $5,000 to fish. But he said they went 2 years and didn't catch anything until they found out they was fishing with the wrong bait.
Oh,
and he said,
boy.
in your pond, even when it's cold and it's freezing, and it seems like everything is bad, and it's not, the environment ain't even right for you to catch no fish. What bait are you fishing? Man, the room went crazy.
Man, that alone should give you fruit for thought. Now, of course, for the folks that are like, all right, say less. Where can I go? How can I get this ticket? I know you having the early bird and all that. What's the link? Let us know.
You want to go to www.creativeverse.org. We'll start selling tickets on Super Bowl weekend. So keep checking in and check in because we have a limited amount of seats and people are waiting for us to push that button. And I just want who needs to be there is going to be who's there. It's going to be whoever needs to be there is going to be there.
Right. And, I mean, all of the right people are going to be in the room.
Right.
Family, he said it. Right, Creativeverse.org. Creativeverse.org. And of course, where can people connect with you on? I know you're on all social media. The handle's at Elton Benjamin. Will that be correct?
Yeah, everything is at Elton Benjamin. And everything for the conference is Creativeverse. For Facebook is Creativeverse Red Hat. And just for all the other platforms is Creativeverse.
All right. So all right. Yep.
And help me share. We're in the business of helping and teaching people, man. Money is good, and money will come if you make big enough impact.
That's fantastic. That's so real, so real, so real. And I love it. These are the type of things that we need to be involved in, family, because if you're not in the room, there are certain things you will never know. I mean, it's just how the cookie crumbles, right? If you want a college degree, you have to go and be in the class, whether it's virtual or in person. You have to take the course. You have to learn. Then you will graduate, right? Information is the most valuable thing if you own a business, because the level of information gives you the training and opens up, right, that locked door or that solution. Just like you said, right, Chris was fishing for 5 years, or I don't know how long, for several years, right? He was not catching anything until he realized he had the wrong bait. Snap. Think about that for a second, right? What bait are you using? You have the right tools, but maybe you have the wrong bait. Somebody got to let you know, oh, actually, that bait doesn't work here. This is what you need to use. And as soon as you change that, then your life transforms. And those are the type of things that we've got to think about, right? And invest in, because it's all about how much is worth to you, right? How much you believe is worth to you. If you believe it's worth or is, you can put a value on it, then go get the ticket. Be there in North Carolina. We just came from Orlando, Florida. Like I was saying, fantastic. I mean, the network value alone superseded 50K. So think about that, family. So congratulations, Elton. Yep.
Guess who's going to be there this year also? The guys from Podfest. Podfest. I had a meeting with them about a week ago, right before they had the conference in Florida. And they're excited about it, man. It's gonna be, when I tell you we're gonna have something big on Friday night for podcasters, it's gonna be big, man. If you're thinking about giving up on podcasting, don't do it. There's so much around the being coming. You just gotta hold on through the drought and what it seems like, and get over your over your mindset. Get over your
Get over the
mindset.
fear. Get
Yeah.
over it. Yep,
Right.
yep. Man, you got me excited now. All right, family. Hey, Elton, don't go anywhere. Please just hold on backstage, and we will close, and I'll be back with you again. I want to thank you for your time. We appreciate all the amazing things you've shared with us today. More power to you, and we wish you nothing but success. Nothing but success.
Thank you, man. Thank you for keeping this going. I know what it takes to keep something going, and there's no easy bit of what you're doing. I know AI probably made it easier for you, but it still don't make it easier with the motivation. And you be like, I don't want to do this. But so I applaud you, man, for doing what you're doing. It was my pleasure to be on your show, and I look forward to doing it again.
Absolutely. Honors all ours. Thank you, sir. All right. Family, this is it, right? This is how we are really, we're closing the show today. It was jam-packed with value. And as you see, this is what we do every single week. We'll be back again next week. Tuesday is when we go live on this channel. If you appreciate it, well, do not hesitate to go ahead, right, and connect with us. Stay with the channel. If you're watching the podcast, well, I want to encourage you to make sure you subscribe, to the channel, right? That's what you're going to do. Go ahead and smack the subscribe button, activate the bell icon, right, and be in the know, so that every single time we go live, you receive a notification, you're aware, and what's happening, the latest, knowledge to get in regards to you growing your business as a creator. That's what this is all about. Of course, family, we'll see you again next week, Tuesday, for, another amazing conversation with another amazing guest. And of course, let us know in the comment section what you've learned, what impacted you out of this episode, and leave us a review if you're listening to the podcast across all the top major audio podcast streaming platforms. My name is JP Hightek. I'm always honored to be here with you guys, and it will help you guys level up and all of this amazing guests that are coming in every single week. Be safe, like I always say. Shalom. Peace, family.